First color of my pants, and we're gonna chain 79. So I did the 79 and we'll join with a slip stitch to form a ring. So that means, and just make sure you don't twist. And then I chain 3, and that chain 3 counts as a double crochet. And in every chain around I work a double crochet, and make sure you go through both loops. It just make it look neater. And you pull this through. Because the needle is so big, it might be a little weird getting it through, but that's okay. So that's the first rung of the pants. You chain 3 and turn, and you miss the first double crochet, and you double crochet in between each double crochet until you get to the end. I had done the previous leg before, so I'm working on the second leg, just showing you what it looks like. We're gonna start working the special stitch, which is the cross stitch, and in between each cross stitch is always a single crochet decreased row for every single color that I change. So let's keep going. This is the 8 rungs of the first color, and I'm gonna end with a double crochet in the last space and a slip stitch in the top of the 3 chains. And then we just end this off and cut it. The cross stitch is made by using the off-white with a slip stitch in the first open double crochet. You 3 chains, you skip 1 double crochet in the next double crochet, and then you do a double crochet through the back in the double crochet that you skipped. And then the next round is a decrease round. In the middle of pretty much every color, after we get to the single crochet rung is always a decrease rung. So you do 1 chain, and we stay on the front, no turning. We're on the right side. We don't turn to the wrong side. And then we do single crochet in next 2 single crochet, and then it's a single crochet to 2 together, right, to decrease. And then you do 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 single crochet, and then we do a single crochet 2 together. And I think if you're even a beginner crocheter, you should know how to do this. You go into the first stitch and you pull up a stitch, and you go into the next stitch and pull up a stitch, and you have 3 loops on hook, and you yarn over and you pull through all 3, and that decreases. And we continue by doing 14. We end off this row with a slip stitch in the first single crochet, and then the next special row is 3 chains, and once again we go into the cross stitch, which is you skip 1 double crochet in the next one, and you come around the back. I showed you how to do this, and you could replay this as much as you want so you get it. There we go, we have a cross stitch, and I'll meet you back up and we'll start color 2, which is this. Then we cut off the last color used for the special cross stitch, and this is what we have, right? That's exactly what we have. So now we're gonna start this color. Start with a slip stitch and 3 chains. Every time I'm doing double crochet rows, I start with a slip stitch and 3 chains. When it's single crochet, it's 1 chain single crochet. But for the single crochet, we never have to like start new. It always start like that. These are double crochets, then the single crochet is in here, so it's always just 1 chain and single crochet in the next stitch. Anyway, so we start with this is a slip stitch. You tighten it and you do 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and all we're doing here is working 1 double crochet in each double crochet, right? This is how the first round is for the next color and for every new color we add. And after we do that, we're gonna do the same thing where we double crochet in between each space. So in between each one of these space, we're gonna double crochet, and we're gonna do that again for 7 rows after this. So in total it'll be 8 rows. See, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So this will be this row 1 and 7 more rows after that, working in between each one. For now we're only working in the top of each stitch, right? The cross stitch, which are double crochets, we're only working at the top, not in between. So that's how we'll continue. I'll meet you back up when I finish 8 rounds of this, which is repeating exactly this. I'll have a written pattern so you won't be confused. I'll have a written pattern for this as well, and you'll be able to do it. What's so easy about this pants is this is the inside seam. It will be you wouldn't have to sew up anything, so it will be just the top. When you get way to the shorts part, you'll sew that, but for the whole leg of the pants, both legs, you don't have to sew anything. It's just all crocheted together. Okay, so here we go again. We're adding now the next color, but before we do, we're gonna add this cross stitch design again. Then it's on to the next color. So we're back at the single crochet row, which is the decrease row, just like we did here on this row. The middle row is a decrease row, so it's 1 chain, and it's single crochet in the first 2 single crochet, and then we do a 2 single crochet together, right, to decrease. Then it's 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Then once again we do 2 single crochet together, and we continue like this all the way around until we get to the end. And then we do another set of cross stitch on the decrease on what we have done. So the whole pattern will be like this going forward. Once again, I'll come and show you how to decrease, but pretty much we're gonna do 8 rounds of this color after we do the next set of cross stitch. Okay, as I said, I'll have a written pattern so you'll get to see it in writing, and it won't be that hard to understand. It's a very easy pattern any way you look at it. Okay, this is what I have done so far. So once again, we're gonna do a decrease on the single crochet row of the special cross stitch section. So in this after I finish this, I'm going to this color, and remember I had a little bit of this color, which is, I'm gonna do that like what I did on this one. See, I did it too. I don't think it makes a huge difference for me, and I'm just trying to write a pattern, so no use wasting any yarn. It's better I just finish it up with this. And so I'm gonna come back and show you how to do the decrease in this one. After working the 3rd color and the first cross stitch row, we're gonna do a single crochet decrease row. As I said, there's single crochet decrease in every cross stitch section. So we go with 1 chain and single crochet in the next 2 single crochet, 1 2, and then we do 2 single crochet together. We started all the same for every row, and then we only do 8. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and then we do 2 single crochet together again, and we do this all the way to the ends. At the same place we just finished the joining, we can add the last color, which is this bright green. So we'll do 3 chains, a slip stitch and 3 chains, just like we did for every color we change. 1 2 3, and then we'll work a double crochet in every stitch around, in the top of every cross stitch around, and we'll continue to the next round. Let's pick it up here. After we finish that 1 round, we chain 3 and we turn, because we're going to be working on the on the wrong side now. We skip the first double crochet and we double crochet in each double crochet around, in between each double crochet. That's what I'm trying to say, in between. And then we'll do one more rung like that, which will chain 3, turn, and we'll be back on the right side, and we'll work in between each double crochet on rung. See, in between each. To start the crotch, we slip stitch in the next 6 double crochet, just the top of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we work, oh, then we go 3 chains up here, 1, 2, 3, and we go in between each, in between each double crochet again, just as before. And when we get to the around, we skip 6 and then we turn. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We skip them and then we turn back, and then we'll form the crotch. That's how it will look, right? This is how it will look when you slip stitch in 6 and then you skip the last 6, then you turn on 3 double crochet and you work in between each stitch again until you get to your preferred length, right? I did it after that row. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more rows, and then I'll show you how to finish off. So this is the 2 sides of the pants, right? And this is the crotch part. And what I do, I put them on top of each other like this, so that the fronts are facing, and I pin them. I just use like regular safety pin, and I pin them together. You can decide if you don't want to pin and you can wing it. You kind of just go one for one kind of deal, but this is how I did it. I just pinned them together, right side facing, right? This is the next side here. I didn't cut my yarn either. I left a longer one on the back, but I didn't cut my yarn after I finished the second part because I'm gonna go back and use it to stitch. So anyway, this is how it is right now. So you just take your needle and you start stitching around each one, right? Let me take out that pin that I put there. I really don't need it there, but that's where I'm starting. So I just go through and through. I finished the top of the pants, as you can see, right? Just as I said, 13 rows. For the drawstring, I hold the top part of the yarn, which is wrapped around here, and the one that comes out the middle together. And I use the same hook. I never change hook. And I make a slip knot, right? Which everybody should know how to do by now. And I did chains. You see? Start at the front and I thread it through 2 loops at a time. If you can see here. And then I got 2 nice beads to use on the end. This is optional. You don't need to. You could get wooden beads as well. Just so happened I had these ones in my stash. I always have all kinds of stuff in my stash. I pull them through and I just do a knot, an actual knot on the end here, right? And you can leave these hanging for style if you want, or you can cut them right off. I kind of like them hanging, so I will leave them like that.